4 other terrorism suspects, including the computer expert Babar Ahmad, have also lost their cases and can now be sent to the States. Well, I think we're going to talk now to our correspondent Dominic Casciani, who is outside the High Court for us this afternoon. Dominic, a very good afternoon to you. What did the judge say in court today?
Well, Sue, this was the final decision by the High Court. 2 senior judges said that this was the end of the road, that there would be no further appeals in these extradition cases, that these 5 men, Abu Hamza, the computer expert Babar Ahmad, Tala Hassan, and 2 other lesser-known individuals facing extradition, would be sent to the United States to face trial. It's been a mammoth legal battle list stretching back 14 years. In the case of Babar Ahmad, it's been 8 years, and his campaign, his fight to be tried here in the UK has been solidly supported by a large number of people, and in particular his family. And I'm joined now by his father, Ashfaq Ahmad, who has spent almost every day in court over the last 8 years that this has been heard. What are your thoughts today, Ashfaq?
Well, I'm disappointed, but on the other hand, I knew that that is what it is going to be. Over the years, I have seen all this, hopes were raised and dashed and all that, and it's unfair. I'm a taxpayer for 40 years. I've lived in this country, and I've been a civil servant for 20 years or so, and I thought that I will get a fair result, but it's not fair result. Babar was first tortured, almost killed, and in this democratic country, we don't expect things like that. Another thing is that allegations against him are in this country. He was born and brought up in this country here. So, in all fairness, he should have been tried here. Why should, the question of going to America and whether he gets a fair trial there or not doesn't arise, so far as I'm concerned. He should have been tried here.
I just have to say the injuries that Babar Ahmad suffered in his original arrest, the officers involved in that case were acquitted at trial, so that was dealt with in the past. But you see, the judges here today said that it was in the interest of justice that your son is sent to America to face trial, that they have jurisdiction, they have the right to put him on trial. Why fight it for so many years if the Americans have the right to try him?
Well, that is the question I would like to ask too. That, as I said, the allegations against him are in this country here. Whatever allegations they are in this country, so it's only fair that he should be tried here. It's just like that. You are not guilty unless unless proved. So he hasn't seen the court. He should have been given a chance to prove his innocence in the court of law. You don't give him that one. And this treaty too, I'm not very happy with that. If America, in layman's terms, I will say that if America wants somebody from here, they can have them. And if we want somebody from there, we cannot. So what sort of, it's just like allegations, you might as well put me on the plane too with my son.
You saw your son at the weekend, I understand. Have you been able to speak to him today? On this day where he reached his, the end of the road in his appeals?
Yeah, I did speak to him this morning, and he has said that you should be strong, and we have done, rather you have done, and our supporters, and 150,000 people signed the e-petition and all that. So he said that our fight will continue, and he has given giving us what you call comfort in the States, is be strong, Dad, and I'll be okay, and all that. As father, but
he told you to be strong for him?
Yes, he said be strong, and he said that Mum should be strong too as well. I said over the years we have become very strong, and we know that justice will be done. Today power is in your hands. You have done whatever you could, but there's another power of Allah, and we have trust in that, and that will. There nobody has been what you call.
And that's, that question of justice now moves to the United States, where he will be put on trial. Are you able to go to the States? Will you be able to go and see your son over there?
I will try to, yes. If I don't know I should be able to go there. Yes, in the first opportunity we would like to go there, and we'll keep fighting. And the fight is not over. It's not just that we have washed our hands from him. Yes, we will go and see him.
Okay, thank you very much, Ashfaq Ahmad. I'm also joined by Ben Keith, who's an extradition barrister. Ben, what do you make of this judgment today and its significance?
It's significant in that it brings to the end a number of very high-profile cases that have been running for a very long time. It's the last time that they will be in a UK court, because the judges have made very clear that this is the end of the road for them.
Was there anything in this judgment about the delays in these cases? I mean, this has taken an extraordinarily long time to come to a conclusion. In one case, 14 years. Did the judges have anything to say about how long this process has taken?
Well, as you've heard frequently in the press, there's a lot of people very upset about how long this has taken. The judges today have looked at that and want to get on with it, want people to go back to the United States, to face trial as quickly as possible. And there has been criticism that this process has been drawn out for many, many years.
And is there any further legal avenue to draw out this process perhaps a little bit further? The judges said there could be no appeal from their decision today, but is there any other matter they could bring to stop them being put on flights?
They've been all the way to the European Court of Human Rights and back. This was a permission for judicial review. That's refused. In a criminal case, there is no further appeal absent of a serious medical condition happening before they are put on the plane.
So that's it, really?
That is on the end of the line.
Well, as we understand, the process that it will now take place is that the US authorities will be given the opportunity to take custody of the 5 men while they're transferred from Long Lartin prison to an undisclosed destination. We understand they'll be handed over to US Marshals. They are the people from the Department of Justice who run flights for extradition and for transferring prisoners around the United States. We don't know exactly how that will occur, but as soon as these men are transferred to the US Marshals, they are in US jurisdiction. They'll be put on flights, and the next time they will be seen will be in courts in the United States. That really is the end of the process for these 5 men. That's it from here now. Back to you in the studio.
Dominic, thank you very much indeed. That is Dominic Casciani outside the High Court in central London.